Hi Stampers, my name is Sandy Hancock. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator coming to you from Southern California. And today is Monday, June the 30th, which means this is the very last day of June. I can hardly believe it. So we've got a gorgeous day here in Southern California. A little bit of wind blowing through my beautiful tree in the front yard, but still no birds. I have no idea when my little birdies are going to come back. I just enjoy them so much. Okay, so on to what we're going to do today. Today I'm going to show you the technique of coloring these gorgeous sunflowers in with Sponge Daubers. These Sponge Daubers, now this one obviously is shot, but the Sponge Daubers come 5 to a package. And actually I've had these probably for 20 or 25 years. And so you can see after a while they're in bad shape. So you have to just get a brand new one that you haven't used. Which is what I used for this video. But yeah, they come 5 per package. They're in the catalog. And in fact, what I think I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and show you a list of everything I'm going to use today. Can you see it all? I hope. Here we go. That way I'm not going to use all the little post-it notes, which sometimes you cannot see. So just go ahead, take a picture of this, and it will be every single thing I'm using today, and you can refer to it. Okie doke, have you got it? All right, so here we go. The first thing we're going to do is start working on this beautiful part here. And for that, I'm pulling out an old piece of paper, grid paper, and I've already embossed this, and let me just show you again. This embossing folder is so gorgeous. It's 3D sunflower embossing folder. It's 8.5 inches this way, 6 inches this way. So it's plenty big for you to be able to put in an entire card and emboss it. Cut it in half, and you have enough for 2 cards if you're making a standard size card. So this is what we're using. It's going to be available July the 1st, so that's tomorrow. And I have a feeling it's going to be a pretty popular item. All right, so let's get going. The first thing I'm going to do is put yellow on the flowers. And I have a separate sponge dauber for each one of the colors. And you just go ahead and put your finger in it like this. And then you can either pull or you can push. And so I'm gonna kind of pull like that out from me. And I don't even know how well this yellow shows up. You want to be a little bit careful, but you know, the good news is you don't have to be too careful because this is stylistic, right? So it isn't, if you look at a regular sunflower, the centers are very, very dark, and the flowers are very, very yellow. And because this is stylistic, I'm not going to worry about having super dark centers. In fact, I have a card when I get to that part. I'm going to show you where I actually used, let's see, I also have can't talk about that and do this at the same time. Okay, I made a little, oops, I guess I don't need it here. No, jumping the gun. Okay, still coloring in yellow, Sandy, take your time. Oh, here's where I needed it, right here. I just want to cover that up a little bit. Okay, any more yellow? Maybe a little bit more down here. Okay, pretty happy with that. Okay, then I'm going to take the green, which I just put away. Okay. All right, so now I'm going to get my green dauber. I'll leave this out just in case I change my mind when I come back and add some more color. Okay, so again, you know, you might want to daub this off, but I know that I haven't re-inked my pad. Ooh, that's dark. Okay, so just be careful. Don't get too carried away. with your coloring. Oops, now here's a part I missed with yellow. So I'll go back, just totally missed that. It might end up being cut out anyway. Okay, so then I'm just gonna color this in. Put a little bit of green here. There's a little bit of green there. Again, because this is stylistic, it doesn't have to be perfect. Woohoo! Doggy, isn't that gorgeous? Okay, now let's come in with some crumb cake for the centers. And for me personally, I'm using pretty light centers. I'm coloring them pretty lightly. I'm going to show you an example in just a minute of when I didn't keep them very light, and all I could see when I looked at the card was the center. Okay, now here's where I really use my mask, because I didn't want the crumb cake getting onto the yellow, and it looks like there are only 2 centers, so I think I'm good. All right, so now we're going to go back and we're going to add that gorgeous Timid Tiger. I think I can put that away. Pull out my Timid Tiger. This is what's going to really just make it pop. It's amazing. Okay, be careful because the Timid Tiger can be dark. Whew. Doesn't that just bring it to life? Now, it does take a minute, you know, to do this. Not too many minutes, but a minute. Ooh, got carried away there. I think I can cut that out. And if you get a dark spot, don't worry about it. It's still going to be really, really pretty. Okay, a little bit here, a little bit there. Oh my gosh, is this gorgeous or what? And can you see how it's just not perfect? I'm going to go back and add a tiny bit of yellow right there. Okay, what do you think? Woo, doggy. All right, beautiful. Okay, so let me put these pads away. And then I'm going to get out the perennial postage dies. I'm using, okay, let me just show you. I'm not using the largest one because I want some of this side card to show. If I use the largest one, it's going to be so big that this isn't going to show. So that's not going to work for me. All right, so let's just position this on here. And what I found is that I'm using painter's tape. Not much to hold this on because the regular, oh, see, okay, well, those pieces are going to get cut out. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to go cut it out. Makes me sad to cut out those side pieces, but I'll show you how I'm going to use them in just a minute. Okay, here we go. We are actually done with this piece of paper, so we'll put that away. So let's take this out. Okay, now I'm gonna, in a minute, I'm gonna show you some other cards I've made. I think I forgot to tell you that. I'm gonna show you a black and white easel card. I'm gonna show you, I have 5 more cards to show you. So don't go away. All right. Now these parts right here become gorgeous to put inside of cards. Let me give you an example. Okay, so here's one I've done. Timid Tiger. And see, now I could have made this one a little bit bigger, but I didn't. I just had a little piece here. So they're beautiful to say, hold on to put inside. Okay, so let's pull out my Timid Tiger. And I'm going to, I I realize in most of these videos you can't really see me putting the adhesive on because my pad is so, it's so low. So I'm going to pull this out. Yes, I am using Stampin' Seal, which makes me so nervous. Why? Well, because you can't change your mind, for one thing. Oops, I'm going to go this way. Can't change your mind very easily. And I'm going to just push it down all the way around. Okay, so now we'll set this aside just for the moment. We'll come back to the yellow, which is Lemon Lolly. And I'm going to take my scoreboard. Now this is very, very easy to score. You're going to score it in half, 5 1/2. And then on one of the sides, you're going to score the half in half. So that's going to be 2 3/4. Okay, now we'll just go ahead and the bone folder, of course, is buried. Okay, let's make sure these are nice and even. Okay. And then we're going to see, this was scored in half. It's going to go like this. Just make sure it's nice and even when you use the bone folder. Okay, looking good. All right. Now, do we want this on a plain piece, or do we like it better with some of the embossing folder on the top? It's much more interesting, isn't it, here? So I'm just going to take, this is how you just do part of a card. You just hold your embossing folder, stick in the part that you want embossed, this, and go emboss it. So I'll be right back. And don't let it move while you're doing it like I just moved it. Okay, here we go. Voila. Okay, let's see what we've got. Oh my gosh, this is gorgeous. Okay, so there's our fold. Okay, so here we are, we're ready. Now, one more thing I want you to observe. Okay, we could, okay, we've got a white piece to put inside. And we're gonna, this is gonna go here, this is gonna go here. Okay, now, look at the difference between here and here. This is embossed, just a little bit at the end. Plenty of space at the top. But look how it looks here. Kind of boring. Okay, so once again, I've noticed I used a little more than 2 inches. So I'm going to take the embossing folder and I'm going to stick my white cardstock in. I'm going to guess that's a little over 2 inches. And then I'm just going to measure it. Oops, wrong end. Okay, I'm going to measure it. That's not quite 2 inches, so I want a little bit more. Okay, just a tiny bit more. All right, here we go. Let's run this through. All right, gorgeous. I may have gotten a little carried away there. Anyway, all right, so now we'll just add the adhesive all around the edges of this white piece. Like I say, anytime you emboss something, you really need to make sure you've got plenty of adhesive on it to hold it down. And then you want to press it nicely. Okay, there we go. Okay, now all we need to do, I'm going to move this out of the way, is we need to add our beautiful piece here to the front. So I'm just going to go, okay, about right here. I'm just going to lay it down. And then I'm going to go a little bit below that. And I think that should be enough. Okay, now I'm going to close this. I'm not going to pull this all the way down to the edge. Make sure it's nice and straight. Press it down. Voila! Oh my gosh, isn't that gorgeous? It's beautiful. Okay, so now we need our greeting. And I know you guys have seen me using this greeting from the Perfectly Pairs. A good friend is a gift. But it's such a great generic greeting. I absolutely love it. And you may have something you love just as much that you can use. But it is from Perfectly Pairs. And if you look at the picture that you took at the beginning, you'll see that Perfectly Pairs for the greeting. Because I've used, what have I used? Crumb cake. I'm going to use that for the greeting so it won't be darker than the centers. Ooh, that looks nice. Okay. This is why I love the I started to say Stamp-O-Majig again. Stamparatus. Is because you can get things darker than just one stamping. Okay, so now I'm going to use 2 dies. I'm going to use this die, and this is coming from Mixed Labels, which I also have on that list. And then I'm going to cut a layer out of the Timid Tiger out of this. Okay, now these I've already done, so I'm going to go ahead and just pull those right here. Okay, so we'll put on the greeting onto the Timid Tiger. Oh gosh, it's so pretty. All right, and then we're going to use dimensionals to add it into our card. So we'll just flip it over. I think 3 dimensionals will be just perfect. Okay, and then just back this up, position it evenly. It might be over to the left a little bit too far. Don't push it down until you are happy. Okay, I think I'm happy. Okay, and then there you go. Okay, now we're going to need some embellishments. I'm running out of embellishments actually. Okay, we got 2 choices here. We've got the Flat Pearls 2527, and these are where the Timid Tiger ones are. These are 2426, and these are the peach. Now, I think today I'm going to have to use the Timid Tiger. I have been using the peach because it's a little bit softer, and I like it. Okay, but I'm almost out of peach, so today we'll use Timid Tiger. Okay, there you go. Come on, isn't that gorgeous? So simple. You've got plenty of room to write. There you go. Okay, now I want to show you some some other cards, additional cards that I've made. Oh, first I wanted to show you the black easel. Remember last week how we worked with putting the black memento pad over the white embossed sunflowers? I didn't think this one needed the fancy down here, so just ready to go. Simple, beautiful. The only thing I would do differently here is I would definitely use the thick white cardstock. I don't know why I didn't think of that when I was doing it. Okay, so now I want to show you some more cards that I've made. Okay, now look at this one and look at this one. See how much darker the centers are here? I was thinking the centers had to be dark, like I said earlier, because when you look at sunflowers, the centers are so dark. But then I realized because mine are stylistic and they're so light, I don't really need to make them that dark. Because when I see this card, all I see is the centers popping out at me. And that doesn't make me happy. This hello is also from Perfectly Pairs. So, and this one, I forgot to use Timid Tiger, even though this is pretty too, it's pumpkin pie. So you can go either way. If you want it to be a little more dramatic, then use pumpkin pie. And the Timid Tiger is a little bit sweeter. Okay, so there's that card. Then I tried one using soft seafoam, And I thought that was really pretty too. And again, look at this. You know, all you can see when you look at the card are the centers because they're so dark. And I possibly could have made that a tiny bit darker, but I don't know. You make them too dark and that's all you're going to see. And so there's that one. And then here's this one, just the same, just what I've been doing, mounted on soft sea foam. And I am using the foam, not that, the foam strips to mount these. Do you guys know what these look like? I'm trying to find a new package here. Okay, so they come like this. There are 2 of these in one package. So foam adhesive strips. So that's what I'm using to go around here. It's much easier and much faster than using just the regular dimensionals. Okay, so there's that one. And then again, see, this was the super dark one. That was pecan pie. This one's a little bit lighter. I like it better. That's just me. Okay, so I've shown you the, oops, no, not that one. Okay, now I'm missing one. Where's the one? I made another fun fold card. What did I do with it? Maybe I won't be showing it to you. Oh, here it is. Okay, so I made the same idea that I've been doing, and I just put it on. You know how you can, so you fold the card in half, and then you fold the half in half. It's just a different direction, the same idea as the easel card, but going a different direction. It's called a Z card, Z fold. And so I just put that on the front, put a little bit of strip down the center, and boom, you've got a gorgeous fun fold. So it just, whether you want just a regular card or if you want a fun fold, there's just so many different choices, different directions you can go. But I think the easel card is gorgeous, simple. I hope you'll have fun. I hope you'll try it and have fun making it. If you don't have a demonstrator, please contact me at Sandy Hancock, at Sandy Stamper at earthlink.net, no A in the Stamper, and I'll be happy to send you a catalog. And then if you like my videos, I would appreciate it if you would subscribe and like. And thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a great day, and I'll look forward to seeing you next time.